You think I've left you, but I haven't. I know the silence feels suffocating. I know the nights are long, the prayers unanswered, the heaviness thick. You wonder why I've gone quiet, why it feels like heaven shut its doors and threw away the key. You question everything, your faith, your worth, your calling. But I never left. You're not forgotten. You're not forsaken. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. This is not abandonment. This is alignment. Because when I want to take you higher, I first have to strip away what's been holding you back. When I want to bring you deeper, I first have to remove the shallow supports. When I want to build something new in you, I first have to tear down the old. That tearing feels like loneliness. That silence feels like rejection. That distance feels like betrayal. But it's none of those things. It's me, working in the dark, healing what you didn't know was sick, exposing what you kept hidden, shaking loose what was never meant to stay. I am not the God who walks away. I am the God who waits until you're ready to walk with me. So if it feels like I've gone quiet, don't panic. If it feels like you're alone, look again. If it feels like you're being broken, pay attention. Because every time I step back, it's to pull something deeper out of you. And every time I go silent, it's to draw you closer than you've ever been. You thought I left, but I'm right here, and I'm not done yet. I didn't leave you to hurt you. I withdrew to reveal what was fake around you and inside you. You leaned on people who weren't real. You found comfort in things that were temporary. You built a life on foundations that couldn't hold you. So I stepped back, not because I gave up on you, but because I wanted you to see what I already knew. The friends you thought were loyal, gone when you needed them most. The strength you thought you had, it cracked the moment the storm came. The peace you thought came from me, it was coming from your circumstances. I stepped back to expose the illusions. Because as long as you clung to the fake, you'd never cry out for the real. You can't hold on to both. You can't love the truth and live in denial. You can't serve me and still bow to your idols. So I let things fall apart. I let the mask slip. I let the illusion shatter. Not to destroy you, but to deliver you. Not to punish you, but to prepare you. I'm not trying to break your heart. I'm trying to break your chains. Because what you thought was keeping you safe was actually keeping you small. And I've called you higher. So I stepped back to pull you forward. You kept asking why I went silent. But the truth is, I had to. Because you were surrounded by so much noise, you stopped hearing me. You heard your fears. You heard your friends. You heard your own voice. But mine was drowned out. So I let the room go quiet. I let the applause fade. I let the advice stop. Not to confuse you, but to clear the air. Because my whisper doesn't compete with chaos. I won't yell over your distractions. I won't fight for a place in a heart already full of other voices. I'm not distant. I'm intentional. I wanted to show you how many people you were leaning on instead of me. How many opinions you were living for. How many distractions you called guidance. Silence is not the absence of love. It's the presence of a test. Will you trust me when I'm quiet? Will you seek me when I hide? Will you sit long enough to hear me again? I let the room go silent because I wanted your attention, not your religion, not your routine, not your performance. Your attention, because when the noise dies down, your soul finally speaks up. When the distractions fall away, your hunger rises. And when the silence gets loud, it's not to punish you. It's to position you. I still speak. But you have to slow down to hear me. Be still. I'm not far. I'm just quiet. So you'll come closer. You used to feel me. In the worship. In the prayer. In the moments of joy. But now it feels empty. Cold. Numb. And you think that means I'm gone. But I'm not. I took away the feeling because I wanted to grow your faith. If you only trust me when you feel me, is that faith? If you only obey when it feels good, is that love? If your walk with me depends on emotion, it won't survive the fire. So I removed the goosebumps. I pulled back the emotion. I let the atmosphere change, so your faith would deepen. Because real faith isn't built in moments of inspiration. It's forged in seasons of silence. This is where the roots go deeper. This is where the foundation gets tested. This is where the noise stops and your resolve starts. I'm not playing games with you. I'm training you. Because what I've called you to do requires unshakable faith, not shallow hype, not emotional highs, but steady, unbreakable trust. So no, you may not feel me right now, but that doesn't mean I left. I'm still here, still working, still faithful, but now I'm teaching you to walk, not by sight, not by sensation, but by faith. You asked, "Where are you, God?" And my answer? I'm right here, just not where you left me. I hid my face, not because I was angry, but because I was inviting you to chase me. You got too comfortable. You stopped seeking. You stopped hungering. You stopped knocking. So I stepped back, not to punish you, but to wake up your pursuit. Because when I'm always easy to find, you start taking me for granted. You treat my presence like a feeling instead of a fire. You treat intimacy like routine instead of treasure. And I won't let you stay there. I want you to want me, not just my gifts. I want you to seek me, not just solutions. I want you to pursue me, not just peace. So I removed what was easy, to grow what was eternal. I hid my face so your flesh would grow tired, and your spirit would rise up. I hid my face so you would stop coasting and start climbing. Because the deeper places of my presence can't be accessed casually. They are for those who dig, who wrestle, who knock until the door opens, who chase me like their life depends on it, because it does. Don't settle for surface-level connection when I'm calling you into holy pursuit. I hid so you would run. I stepped back so you'd step forward. I want to be found, but only by the ones who refuse to stop looking. Let's tell the truth. You didn't notice your idols while I was blessing you. You thought you were following me. But really, you were following comfort, following convenience, following control. So I pulled away, and suddenly, everything else collapsed. Why? Because I needed you to see what you were really worshiping. That relationship you put above me, it crumbled. That job you made your identity, gone. That version of faith that was built on feelings, not fire, exposed. I didn't pull away to destroy you. I pulled away to dismantle what was destroying you, because idols can't stand in my presence. And as long as they live in your heart, I won't sit on the throne of it. I'm not interested in being part of your life. I'm Lord of it, and I will not share my glory. Not with your dreams, not with your comfort, not with your pride, not with your secret sins. So I allowed what you trusted to fail, so you'd trust me again. I removed your false gods, so you'd fall back in love with the true one. I'm not cruel, I'm jealous, and I love you too much to let you serve a lie. I pulled away to bring down what could never hold you, and raise up a faith that never will fall. You called it abandonment, but I called it training. I didn't forget you. I led you straight into the wilderness. Why? Because you're not just called to survive, you're called to conquer. And conquerors don't grow on mountaintops. They're made in deserts. The wilderness is where I strip away your dependency on everything but me. It's where I toughen your spirit, sharpen your ears, and train your hands for battle. Because if I gave you the promise too soon, it would crush you. If I gave you the platform too early, it would poison you. So I led you where it was dry, where it was quiet, where it was hard, to make you holy. This is where pride dies. This is where flesh burns. This is where you stop begging for comfort and start craving me. Moses was in the wilderness for 40 years. John the Baptist lived there before preparing the way. Even my son, Jesus, was led by the Spirit into the wilderness before the miracles began. You think I left you behind? No. I brought you to the front lines. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Because what's coming next requires more than good intentions. It requires holy resilience. And I'm building that in you now. So don't waste the wilderness. Don't run from it. Let it shape you. Let it burn the excess. Let it make you dangerous to the enemy. You're not stuck. You're being forged. And soon, you'll emerge stronger than ever. You asked, why did everyone leave? Why did no one understand? Why did the voices go quiet when I needed them most? Because I silenced them. On purpose. Not to leave you helpless, but to teach you how to hear me for yourself. You were addicted to second-hand faith, always waiting for a word through someone else, depending on pastors, prophets, mentors, and friends, more than me. But I'm not raising up parrots. I'm raising up warriors who know my voice. My sheep hear my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. John 10:27. So I removed the noise. I let the advice dry up. I let people pull away, not to isolate you, but to activate you. Because when everyone else stops speaking, you finally lean in to hear me. And when you do, you'll find out I've been speaking all along, through my word, through my spirit, through the still, small voice you kept overlooking. I don't need a microphone. I just need your attention. So stop panicking. Stop chasing every voice around you and start listening for the one who never left you. Because once you learn to recognize my voice, you won't need to chase a crowd to feel confident. You'll walk boldly, even when no one's cheering, because you'll know you heard from me. You thought I abandoned you when everything fell apart, but I was the one allowing the breaking because I wanted to heal what you refused to face. You kept hiding it, covering it, minimizing it. That childhood wound, that silent shame, that secret sin, that scar you swore you moved past. But you can't heal what you pretend isn't hurting. And I'm not interested in surface-level Christianity. I want the real you, the bleeding you, the trembling, tear-stained, shattered you. So I let the cracks show. I let the pain rise. I let the pressure expose the places you buried. Not to crush you, but to restore you. I'm the God who heals. But healing requires surrender. And some of you would never come to me for restoration until everything else stopped working. So I allowed the breaking, because sometimes you don't cry out until you have no strength left to pretend. Sometimes you don't return until you realize how far you've run. Sometimes you don't truly repent until you see the cost of compromise. And when that moment came, when you fell to the floor and whispered, God, I need you, I was already there, with healing in my hands, with mercy in my heart, with restoration in my eyes. You thought being broken meant I gave up on you, but it was the moment I started rebuilding you. And what I rebuild can never be shaken again. Let's get honest. You loved how I made you feel. You loved the doors I opened, the prayers I answered, the peace I gave. But what happens when the blessings stop? What happens when the feeling fades? What happens when I say no, or not yet? That's when love is tested. Because love isn't proven in comfort, it's proven in silence. I tested you, not to hurt you, but to reveal you. Would you still worship me when I withheld what you wanted? Would you still serve me when I stripped away the spotlight? Would you still love me when the fire got hotter and the path got lonelier? Because real love doesn't walk away when the gifts stop flowing. Real love doesn't quit when prayers aren't answered on schedule. Real love says, even if you don't, I still choose you. I'm not a vending machine. I'm not a genie. I'm your God. And I want a bride, not a beggar. A follower, not a fan. a lover, not just a user of my grace. So I tested your love, not to expose your weakness, but to deepen your devotion. Because when you learn to love me for who I am, not just for what I do, that's when you truly know me. And that's the kind of love I can build eternity on. You've been saying, God, you left me, but I didn't. I never walked away. I just walked deeper. You kept looking for me in the places I used to be, in old routines, old feelings, old circles, but I wasn't there anymore. Because I moved forward, and I was waiting for you to follow. You thought I disappeared, but I was calling you higher. You thought I abandoned you, but I was drawing you deeper, deeper into my presence, deeper into surrender, deeper into truth, deeper into me. You see, shallow waters feel safe, but they never show you who I really am. And I love you too much to let you stay in the shallow end. So I led you where the footing is shaky, where the light is dim, where your only choice is to trust me or drown. Because that's where real relationship begins. That's where religion dies and intimacy is born. That's where you stop performing and start abiding. I didn't leave you. I led you to the deep. And now, you've seen me like never before. Now you pray different. Now you listen slower. Now you trust stronger. Now you love me, not just for what I give, but for who I am. This isn't abandonment. It's transformation. It's maturity. It's the kind of depth that can carry revival. So don't look back. Don't go searching for me in yesterday's places. I'm right here deeper than before, and I've been waiting for you to meet me here. You thought my silence meant I stopped caring. You thought the pain meant I was done with you. You thought the distance meant I was gone. But now you see it clearly. I never left. I was working in the shadows, speaking through the silence, loving you through the fire. I let the shaking come to reveal what couldn't stay. I allowed the loneliness to expose what you clung to. I removed what you thought you needed, so you'd discover I am all you truly need. I didn't walk away. I walked you into the place of deeper dependence. Because surface faith won't survive what's coming. Half-hearted love won't carry you through the storm. Shallow Christianity won't shake hell. I've called you higher. I've called you deeper. I've called you to grow, not just go through. So don't waste the pain. Don't mislabel the silence. Don't resent the fire. This was never punishment. It was preparation. And now that you've been refined, now that you've been emptied of what can't stay, now that you've learned to trust me when you can't trace me, you're ready. You're stronger. You're clearer. You're mine. And I'll never leave you. Not for a second. Because I never did. Welcome to the deeper place. Let's go even further.